We just got some major Buffalo Bills injury updates. This has some huge implications for this Sunday's upcoming game against the New England Patriots. So let's get into it all right here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar, and we are officially in the full swing of the Bills season. There's only one issue. 73% of you guys who are watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest to stay in touch with all your latest Bills news, because we got you guys covered from wall to wall. And like I said, guys, we got some huge Bills injury updates. It looks like reinforcements are on the way. The Bills official Friday report has officially released, and all signs are pointing to positive news for some key contributors to the Bills' defensive side of the ball. So let's take a look at that Friday report. Some big names. Joey Bosa was limited on Wednesday with a vet rest, but was full on Thursday and Friday, so nothing to be concerned about there. Spencer Brown, who was out last week against the New Orleans Saints, was limited all week and is officially questionable for the week. Jackson Haas, nothing to be concerned about. He has no status for the game. And the big three, Matt Milano, Ed Oliver, and TJ Sanders, were all limited throughout the week. Matt Milano and Ed Oliver, missing the past 2 weeks with injuries, are both questionable. So that is good news. On the bad side of news, Dorian Strong, the Bills' third corner, and Dorian Williams, Matt Milano's backup, all did not practice all week and are officially ruled out by head coach Sean McDermott. So some good and some bad with this injury report. Signs are pointing to both Ed Oliver and Matt Milano playing, which would be massive against this New England Patriots offense, who is humming right now with a second-year quarterback in Drake May, Matt Vrabel, who is a savvy veteran coach who knows how to get wins. Josh McDaniels, who has a history of a good offense against the Bills. And now with Ed Oliver back and Matt Milano, the run game should shore up. And I think that there's an opportunity for the Bills to have a stellar defensive game against a second-year quarterback in Drake May, who Sean McDermott has a history of having great defensive performances against second-year and first-year quarterbacks, and I think we are in line for one this Sunday against the Patriots. Now moving from the Bills injury reports, take a look at the Patriots injury report. Two big names there in Kavlon Chason and Carlton Davis, who are both questionable. So it'll be interesting. Both two big contributors on the Patriots defensive side of the ball, so we will see how that works out for them. And speaking of the Patriots defensive side of the ball, let's take a look at the numbers of this Patriots defense. They are 2-2, second best in the AFC East, the 26th ranked pass defense, allowing 241 yards per game on average and 7 total touchdowns through the air. A stellar rush defense, second ranked in the league for 77 yards on average allowing, and only 2 rushing TDs. Defense as a whole, 16th best, allowing 319 yards on total and a total of 10 touchdowns on the season. And their scoring defense allowing an average of 20 points per game, with again 10 total touchdowns on the ground and through the air. And an opportunity here for the Bills. The Patriots' red zone defense, 31st ranked with an 87.5% TD rate allowing. There are going to be opportunities here for the Bills to attack the Patriots through the secondary and with the everybody eats mentality. If Carlton Davis is a no-go, Christian Gonzalez just came back from injury. You are going to have an opportunity here to have Keon Coleman, Joshua Palmer, Elijah Moore, Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel. Do not be surprised if the Bills dress 6 receivers with Curtis Samuel as well as Terrell Shavers. Terrell Shavers is going to be a starter week in and week out. He contributes in the passing game as well as in the special teams game. But Curtis Samuel The trade deadline is going to be coming up in a few weeks, and the Bills might be looking to kind of showcase Curtis Samuels to other teams for a trade candidate and going up against a pass defense like this, which is 27th ranked in the league. This is a great opportunity to kind of death by 1,000 cuts, the same way the Patriots used to do to the Bills back in the day with Tom Brady, and just take apart this pass defense. On top of that, the rush defense, second best in the league, but take consideration the level of opponent the Patriots have played in these past 4 weeks. Week 1 was against the Raiders. Week 2 was that game against the Dolphins. Then they also had, I believe, a game against the Jets, I want to say. And on top of that, a game against Pittsburgh, I believe. So again, middle of the pack opponents. Again, I'm not too certain on that Jets game, but I know 3 of those opponents are correct. And I think that the opportunity here for the Bills and Jimbo, the Bills are a top 5 rushing attack right now. Jimbo is on fire, so see the Bills to abuse the screen game, abuse the secondary, and still try to get the ball going. They're going to put on helmet. The O-line loves to go up against the D-line of the opposing team, and I think even with a stellar second-ranked rush defense, the Bills will still try their talents at the running attack. But be on the lookout for an everybody eats game. Josh, 300 plus passing yards, looks like it might be on the table. And just, especially with Carlton Davis, if he is out, the Bills could try to pick apart this secondary with a recovering Christian Gonzalez and obviously a hurt or out Carlton Davis on the other side of that secondary. Moving on from the Patriots defense, let's take a look at this Patriots offense. Like I said, 2-2, a familiar face coming back to Highmark, Stefon Diggs, Drake May, who had a good game last year in Highmark, and Ramondre Stevenson and the rookie Henderson. Points per game, Patriots are 10th best ranked in the league with 25.5 points per game. Rushing attack, bottom of the barrel at 25th ranked, averaging about 101 yards per game. Passing attack, top 10 right now with 247 yards per game. Yards per game, middle of the pack at 14th best with 336 yards. Third down percentage, averaging about 41%. Third down percentage. Red zone, also top 10 at 66.6% with red zone touchdowns. And turnovers per game, 22nd in the league at averaging about 1.5 per game. Now let's take into consideration, Drake May did come into Highmark last year, looked actually very solid against the Bills. He made some very impressive throws. And again, don't be surprised if Josh McDaniels and Drake May kind of cut up the Bills defense. This is kind of another good test for the Bills. This is a competent offense. The Bills haven't played a competent offense since week 1 against the Baltimore Ravens, and I think Drake May and Josh McDaniels will try to find opportunities to take apart the Bills. On top of that, we have a familiar face returning back to Highmark, Stefon Diggs, who was on the Bills in those good old early 2020 teams. A guy who, when you talk about Josh Allen, you cannot leave out Stefon Diggs. And he spoke to the Boston media on his return back to Buffalo. So let's take a look at what he said. He started off by saying, you get excited, but try not to get overzealous. It's another game, but it's a divisional game. More importantly, all the things outside that, me being there before, obviously, people are going to make it a huge thing. And it is a huge thing for me. But I've got a lot of respect and a lot of love for that city, that fan base, and even the players. He continued by saying, it's just me, the nature of the business. I'm not in control of nothing. I get open and I catch the ball. But all that internal stuff, obviously, I miss those guys over there. You spend a lot of time with people and it becomes more personal than just professional. So when I say it's the nature of the business, that's just how it goes. Continuing, it's me, obviously. It's a little sentimental. I spent a lot of time there. I'm real familiar with the staff, familiar with the guys there, the guys that I've maintained a relationship with. I'm looking forward to seeing them play. It's going to be a little bit emotional. I try to keep the main thing, but it's my first time back there. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere. I was a part of that for a long time. I've played there before. I got there, so I'm excited. Again, Diggs was a big, crucial part in Josh Allen's development. The history of this current Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, Josh Allen era, you cannot forget about Stefon Diggs. It was a sour ending for Stefon. Obviously, had his brother make those tweets, threw his hands up on the sideline during that Bengals game, threw hissy fits on the sideline before, but he is a hell of a player. Even with the bad, there was a ton of good. The explosion against the Tennessee Titans 2 years ago on Sunday Night Football in that home opener with 4 touchdowns. The big touchdown in the season opener against the LA Rams, going up one-on-one versus Jalen Ramsey. Let's not forget, in Boston, in New England, Stefon Diggs going, you, STFU. There have been numerous moments where Diggs was the best receiver in the league, and he was hand in hand with Josh Allen as just a developmental piece for Josh and Diggs' career. Obviously, it's soured out, like I said before, but it is going to be interesting to see the reaction that Diggs gets in Buffalo. Obviously, fans are going to remember the most recent things that happened, which was forcing his way out of Buffalo. But in return, the Bills did get a second-round pick for an aging 31-year-old receiver. He goes to Houston, looks phenomenal, tears his ACL, signs with the Patriots to what could be help Drake May develop into a Josh Allen type player. And it is going to be interesting to see the reaction he gets on the field. And I would not be surprised if Josh McDaniels and Drake May go out of their way to get Stefon Diggs the ball. He had his first 100-yard receiving game last week since 2023 with the Bills. So he is slowly getting back into his healthy game playing skills, as well as he's getting acquainted with the offense. He spoke to the media earlier this week, and he said he's a 5 out of 10 in understanding that system. So it'll be interesting to see the focal point he is against this Bills defense. It is a revenge game for him. Obviously, not just with him. Mac Hollins is returning now as well. So it'll be interesting to see the reaction he gets at Highmark, what the Patriots try to do on the offensive side of the ball, if they try to force feed on the ball. And it's going to be fun to see the matchup of Trey White against Diggs and Christian Benford, against Stefon Diggs. I am super fired up for this game. Drake May looks really good. This is a good test for this Bills defense. If Matt Milano and Ed Oliver are back, it is going to be interesting to see how Ed Oliver, if he continues his tear that he was on in that first week against the Ravens, that could be a game changer if he is a week in and week out game wrecker next to Joey Bosa, next to Greg Rousseau. Matt Milano looked solid in that Ravens game, so I'm excited to see where he's at. And it is going to be a fun night. The Bills are wearing their all-white jersey. They want everybody to wear a whiteout, so if you're going to the game, make sure you wear a white jersey. Make sure you wave that towel proud. It is going to be a hell of an atmosphere on Sunday Night Football. And let me know your comments below. Give me a score prediction. What are you guys looking forward to? What do you guys think the reaction will be of Stefon Diggs returning back to Highmark? Like I said, leave a comment below. I love to hear from you guys as always. On top of that, please subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are almost there. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest, because we got you guys covered all season with all your latest Bills news. So subscribe, stay in touch, stay informed, and as always, guys, go Bills.